Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Yeah, let's turn to the forecast now and talk about, gosh, we've got temperatures warming up. We've had some storms today. Alana's not been a bored meteorologist today, have you?
Not at all. No, not this July, and definitely not today as those storms came rolling through. Monsoon moisture in place with the positioning of that high pressure. Time-lapse video coming out of Horn Mountain in Emery County, and you're going to watch a few of those storms roll on through, some of them bringing some wetting rains, others just a lot of lightning and microburst winds. Now, that's something that we anticipate to see, but they did make it as far north as South Jordan. Thank you to Rachel for sharing this as the rain was coming down in Sojo as one of those storms moved through in the early afternoon hours. Now, along the Wasatch Front, it's been fairly quiet. Our satellite radar shows the positioning of that high, which is near New Mexico and will kind of near the Four Corners as we head into tomorrow, which is our typical setup when it comes to monsoon moisture, funneling that into the state. And you see those storms in the last few hours in the West Desert, south central Utah, and towards the basin. Now, as we look at the forewarned radar right now, we do see a cell towards Cache Valley, going to move through Brigham City here. And we notice that we've deteriorated a little bit when it comes to storm intensity. We've got some activity in the West Desert, but let's get a little closer. This cell's putting down decent lightning. This is towards Brigham. It's going to head towards Smithfield all the way to Hiram, and it's bringing with it a decent amount of lightning and some gusty winds. We're watching it closely. Also, over towards the basin, Duchesne County, we've continued to stay active where we saw storms over the Uintas, but in Duchesne County, we watched those storms have continued to track towards Vernal. As we look at Bryce Canyon, this is a great shot. Wanted to give a big shout out to Leanne. Really appreciated this. She ran the Bryce Canyon Marathon with her father and her sister, and they took this. Gorgeous shot, but what you can notice is some great color. And the color there because we've got some particulate matter in the air. Wildfire smoke has moved into the state. Hal catching this one from Tooele tonight with a little more cloud cover. As we look at our Futurecast smoke model, the thickest smoke is expected tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're going to continue to stay hazy, but as we put this into motion, you see those thicker plumes from Cache Valley into central Utah as we head into the lunch hour tomorrow. Not only will it be noticeable, but we also anticipate air quality impacts. The source of this wildfire smoke, regional fires. So fires from the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, as well as Northern California being ushered into the state. And that's why we're seeing those hazy conditions. As you notice, it hold on until tomorrow evening and then becomes a little more dispersed. Unhealthy air for sensitive groups expected in Salt Lake and Davis County as we head into our Tuesday. Moderate air for the rest of northern Utah. This time of year, we have two pollutants, elevated particulate matter brought to you by that wildfire smoke and ozone, which we talk about a lot, but that also pairs up with what's happening. Great time-lapse video out of Black Desert as you saw those clouds coming through. Another good viewer pick coming from Bear Lake, the Caribbean of the Rockies. Cloud cover noticeable there. Tammy, thank you for sharing. I just love Bear Lake any time of year. They also couldn't escape the smoke because it's moved in. Temperatures topped out at 95 today in Salt Lake City. That is average, so we hit our seasonal norm. 105 in St. George. We went a degree warmer. 102 is the average, but still, this is 10 degrees cooler than the 115 we saw last week. 90s on the eastern side of the states and a few more triple digits. Heading into tonight with those hazy and smoky conditions, we'll see the temperatures dropping into the low 80s as we close out ABC4 News at 10. Low to mid 70s along the Wasatch Front, and then the sun will be out tomorrow, and that will contribute to storm development in parts of the state as we see smoke-filled skies to start off the day. So we look at our Tuesday setup, that area of high pressure towards the Four Corners starting to nudge westward just a little bit. We will have additional moisture streaming into the state, so with the heat of the day, that will bubble up some storms. Our Futurecast walks us through that. Put this into motion here, quieting tonight. We lose that daytime hating and things settle for the overnight. But then as we roll into the afternoon, same areas, West Desert, southern half of the state, Uinta Basin, tapping into storms. We're going to continue to see those storms for our Tuesday and even into our Wednesday. We quiet for the overnight and yet again. It's kind of a rinse and repeat forecast because of the positioning of that high pressure. We do have flash flood potential hitting the possible category for all areas with the exception of Arches and Canyonlands, so the extreme eastern side of the state. But this goes to southwest Utah all the way to places like the Swell and Grand Staircase where the potential for storms will be there. Now, storms aren't the biggest headline. It's still that high pressure. We're underneath that high pressure ridge, and that's going to keep temperatures above average. Heat builds back, and as that ridge moves west, we'll see those numbers climbing, staying above average in St. George as well. As we look at those temperatures for tomorrow, high 90s with thunderstorms expected in the southern half of the state and West Desert. Wasatch Front could quiet down. Hazy conditions with those temperatures hitting 97 in Salt Lake, so slightly above average. Threat of a storm sticks around for the next 7 in southern Utah, where we peak with our heating at 109. Okay, that's kind of extreme. Here we go again. Not a surprise as the ridge wants to near the Beehive State all over again, as if we didn't get enough last week. Triple digits for the Wasatch Front midweek into Thursday. And then we do it again for the weekend, because who doesn't love a century mark party?
Why not?
We're going to it's July. Here we go.
I never asked to go to that.
I mean, well, you've been invited, and you're going to show up, Brian.
You will like it.
You will
You're
like
digits,
it.
but not 3 of them.
Yeah, I know. Give me 2.